Hi guys, welcome. I am going to get the pilled chat up so that I can see it. Sorry if it echoes for a second. That might happen. Okay, cool. Well, guys, is my camera crooked? Whatever. Welcome. I have a question. Why? Hi, Michael. Hi, Tessa. Hi, Victoria. Why can't people just be normal? Hi, Fearless. Yvonda, hi. Paula, hi. Mike, hi, everybody. Dennis. Yeah, why can't people just be normal? That's all they have to be. They don't have to be incredible or stupendous or brilliant or any number of things. Just normal. That's all I ask. Hi, A from Toronto. Yeah, hi, Brandy. Hi, guys. Well, Kate's here to phone it in today because I have no idea what I'm doing. But I have been getting some really nice emails recently about thanking me just for holding this space for people, because some of us forget, myself included, that not everybody has a ton of people around them to talk to about the stuff that we talk about. So, even just showing up, I never consider myself doing a show here. Low Country Brooklyn, hiya. I always just kind of thought of this as a live discussion where we can all kind of chat, even though it's me mostly talking at you guys. But, there's a little bit of connection being made in the chats between you guys. And no, not new normal. No, not new normal. Forget new normal. Normal. Hey, from Vegas. There's no normal, just weird and weirder. I get it. But isn't there just kind of normal? How about not crazy? Does that sound better? Why can't everyone just be not crazy? No, but I do like holding this space for people to just chat and for us to connect with each other. I am going to get back into the news. I had a cool meeting today about actually the direction of this channel, which is not something I normally do. I always kind of wing it, don't I, guys? Hey, Melissa. Hi from Thailand. Hi, Thailand. Michael. Hey, Brad. Friend. Even just slightly crazy would be a refreshing change. Exactly. Hey, Alan. Farron. Hi, sister. Schumann Show. Ben. All the friends. Sarah. Because a lot of crazy things are going on in the world. Yeah, I get that. I understand. And believe me, I have been crazy myself. So when I say, why can't we all just be normal? I am including me in that. Flying by the seat of my pants. Yeah, exactly. So I have had people ask me, I have had people tell me they like this format better, of me just kind of going into more of the spirituality stuff, the books, the stuff I've been researching, and then just kind of talking with you guys. I've had people contact me and say that they like me going over the news better. So I know that you guys are all out there and y'all exist. And we'll talk about the Smokey God. It was great, wasn't it, Manda? Hey, Clear Channel. Hey, Jeremy. Anyway, so I know that everybody's kind of, there's no general consensus, let's say. Everybody's kind of got their own opinion. And most people are just super cool about it. They like what they like. And I get that. You get used to something. I had to change it up. I really just didn't have a choice. After the election, I just couldn't get it. I mean, I'm still doing that with We the Media, but I have support over there. I have help. I have friends encouraging me and chucking. But if I'm just sitting alone here trying to put together that information and trying to figure out what to say about it, I'm just going to admit that I'm at a loss right now. And so Plimsoll, hi. And so that's why I've been doing this. But I'm thinking that I do want to get back into the news a little bit. I want to do both, to be honest. And when I talk about what's going on in my family, I can feel you're crazy, and I'm like, "Okay, all good." So, I hear you guys, and we'll kinda do a mixture of both. I kinda feel like no matter what at this point, even though I'm not like, "Okay, this is what it is, and this is what I'm gonna be focused on," I'm still just gonna show up. And if you guys wanna be here, then you are I love hanging out with you guys, and if you guys are like, I'm gonna come back when she figures it out," then I totally understand, and I'm with you there too. So, don't worry about it. The hang tight. The other thing that I get a lot, well, I mean, I do get a lot of messages. Everybody's super supportive for the most part, and everybody's very nice. But there are some people that are very opinionated about the way that I do things, the way that everybody does things. I don't just get it for me. I see it for we the media. I see it for Sather's been around. We just did a show last weekend together, and he's been around online. Um, uh, what was I saying? I was saying, oh, everybody has what they like and whatever, what speaks to them, etc. And my kind of take on that, if you're one of those people that's contacting other people like me that are, sitting here in front of a stupid camera and talking to you guys, or putting themselves out there online in some way to either get information to you or, incite discussion, whatever it is, and you think that they're doing it wrong, it could be your calling. And this is like the truth. That could be your calling, that maybe it's time for you to step up and do it your own way. If you're seeing that nobody is really doing this with the voice that would speak to you, then that means that there are probably other people out there like you that you could speak to, that you could reach. And so that is not a bad idea. So if you are one of those people that, you know, is feeling kind of critical of the way that information is being spread right now, and I 100% get that, then, maybe ask yourself if it's time for you to do it. Not that you have to start a YouTube channel, but there are lots of different ways. You could start a blog. Whatever you tell me to do is maybe what you should be doing, is basically what I wanted to say. But we need as many voices as possible. Isn't that the truth? There's no limit to how many people that we can have out there sharing this kind of information. In fact, the point is to get everybody talking about the truth. Hi, Christina. Brandy, you're doing small videos here and there, have to build up to it. It's not easy to get started. It really isn't. But hey, Grandmaster UV. If you're not having fun saving the world, you're doing it wrong. I like that. I'm definitely doing it wrong lately, but I have fun mostly. And that is such a good point, because it really is an incredible opportunity that we have right now to do the things that we're doing and to be a part of this time. And it's so difficult, but it's not going to be forever. Even if you want to look at that as the end being death, like, it's not going to be forever. And I happen to believe that death is not the end. So we will look back on this and think like, shoot, I should have done more or whatever. But you'll always say like, I could have had more fun. And or maybe you won't. Maybe you're one of those people out there just having so much fun. And I think we all need to inspire to do that, because it's big hair tsunami. Exactly. That's a good point too. You can do pre-recorded videos if live isn't your thing. Yeah, live is a different kind of, for me, it's easier to do it live. It's just because otherwise I will criticize myself. I will critique everything. When I tried to make videos, like, granted, I was still brand new at doing any of this, but I probably started the same video, like, I'm not going to even tell you the number of times because it will make me sound like a crazy person. Plimsoll, I don't know why you don't have sound. It seems like everybody else has sound. I don't know. You are on YouTube. I don't know. That's weird. So, yeah. Bam Bam's Flow says, maybe it's a pointless comment, but you're probably doing more than those that are the legacy media. Well, we all are, because we are, anyone that's sharing information, whether it's, someone that has a Twitter or even being like, hey, grandma, check this out, is doing more than the legacy media because they're not doing damage. Thanks, you guys. What chapter of Revelation are we on today then? I have no idea. I can't even look. I think we're just all of them at once. Every day, it's all of them. I think the people that are going to wake up are woke. Be your authentic self. I still see hope in people. I still see hope in the people that, aren't quite there yet. Every single day, I'm surprised. I love you too. Revelations found us. Yeah. So, that being said, I don't quite fit in every box. I'm not religious enough for some people. I'm too religious for others. I'm not political enough for some people. I'm too political for others. Some people, whatever. Some people don't like my hair. Some people don't like how many times I say, I hate that too. But we're all brand new to this, right? We're all figuring it out. One of my favorite things about when people used to call some of the Q people shills, and they'd be like, they came out of nowhere. They didn't even exist prior to like 9 months ago. And I'm like, isn't that kind of everyone? Like, isn't that the point? Didn't we all just wake up? Like, show me somebody who isn't Mossad, who's been doing this for more than 6 years, Not to say that those people don't exist. They do. There are people out there that have been exposing truth, but the majority of us just woke up. We are human. Thank you, Paula. Yes, well, some of us are. Go Colts. Listen, I'm not wearing this because I'm a Bills fan. I'm wearing this because I am not a fan of doing laundry. Hey, Joker. What is up? Good to see you. If there aren't any peeps left to wake up, we've done our job, but there's still plenty of sleep, Leo says. Exactly. Celestial AG, hello. Link, did I get that right? Link says, I have a friend who has known the truth for 20 years. Man, think about how lonely that would be. Think about how many times that person probably has been called crazy in their life. It's really sad. Manda says, I feel there's so many great people to do, and do much great content. Lots to keep me researching. Exactly. Yeah, there's so many people out there doing great content, but there is so much room for more. Oh my gosh. We need at least, like, seriously, it's not just like, oh, wouldn't it be nice if we had more people? We literally need maybe 1,000 people more. That's real. We need that because we do need to, we don't want to be the fringe anymore. We don't want to be the independent media. We want to be like humanity, right? You've been awake since you were 2. I would like to hear that story. Hi, Joe. Hi, woke one. Link says, she was very lonely in this, but not anymore. And she's so happy to have all of us. Her main thing is that everyone is learning about the children so we can all help. Yeah, exactly. I was just having a really great conversation with a few people the other day about the whole human trafficking thing and how that was what woke a lot of people up. And it really is an issue that everybody can get behind together. Doesn't matter what side of the aisle you want. Everybody is against, human trafficking, obviously, and hurting of children and all of that. And so we had this whole kind of Q operation, right? And it helped a lot of us, myself included, wake up. And it was more just like a, hey, check this out. That wasn't a source of information. And it could just be time to get back to the crux of things and pointing people towards the information. That's why I'm like I don't want to do decodes anymore. I don't want to predict dates. I don't want to predict what's going on behind the scenes. I just want to get back to basics and do what woke me up, which was show people what is actually out there that they can actually find, not guessing, not oh, isn't this a cool, like, is this a coincidence or not? Or, the stuff that is like real, that we know is real. So that's what I'm feeling more driven. And I think that a lot of people are kind of in that place right now. Sarah says, we should not get stuck in the polarity of politics and focus on the love, showing the other side that we are one. Man, I had a really interesting kind of glance into myself recently. And I have known this about myself for a long time, in that I am a firm believer in justice, but I do not have the stomach for watching it carried out, like even to see an evil person locked up, I couldn't be the person to lock them up. It's good that there are people that are stronger than I am. And I think I've even told before on this show, you've been black-pilled lately and I hate it. Oh my gosh, Joshua, we'll get to that in a second. I had mentioned on this show that when Saddam Hussein got hung, I cried. And at the time, I thought he was, maybe the most evil human being on the planet. So it was, this is where I think we find the meshing of, this is where I feel I am. Super duper patriot, right? Like, duh. Yes, I super patriot since birth. I love this country and I love justice. I love fighting for humanity, not just in the United States, but all around the world. I want to see real justice, not social justice. Like, I want to see actually people taken care of, supported, not suffering, etc. And so, that whole whatever, this side of me. And then there's the side of me that is kind of the more spiritual side, that's like, there's a reason for everything. And God has his plan. And we're all here to learn lessons. And even the people going through the rough stuff are here for really important stuff or whatever. So I'm kind of right in this weird thing in the middle of that, which I know a lot of you are too. So it's like, yes, I want justice, but then I have a hard time stomaching justice. Do any of you feel that way sometimes? And I'm not even just talking about like criminal a-holes in our politics. I'm even talking about like people in my own life, people that I see like harming other people. And you're like, God, somebody should do something about that. But like at the same time, you don't want to see them, I don't know, get exposed or be embarrassed, or I don't know. Am I alone on this? Do you guys feel like that too? Do you understand what I'm saying? BTech Vendetta says, I wish we could go back a few years where info and truth was a lot easier to find. Modern day book burning is frustrating. Exactly. Yeah, even just 2 years ago. Farron says exactly. Even just 2 years ago, it was a lot easier to find things online. Justice is necessary, sometimes called karma. Joshua says, no, I want justice yesterday. So some of you with me, some of you are like, nope, justice forever. And I'm so right in the middle. I so want to be like, yes, lock them all up. There's a muddy puppy outside my window. Suiterbug, I always see that and think karma is going to teach you. And karma does always teach us, but it's still sad to watch, It's still so sad to watch sometimes. Darkness needs to be exposed and punished to prevent it from happening again. Oh, I do agree with that. It's That's why I've always been a fan of the whole truth and nothing but the truth. There's got to be, we can't get partial disclosure for things. We can't have things cleaned up for us and then handed everything on a silver platter, be like, here's your country and your world back. No, we have to see it. We have to see the ugliness of it so that we don't repeat it and we're not stupid again. Being forced to pay for your crimes is a blessing. I know from personal experience. Michael, thank you for Michael Scott. Thank you for bringing that up, because it is true. At the same time too, like sometimes being nice is not the same thing as being kind. And sometimes what is kind is actually holding somebody accountable. I see a lot of people too make excuses for people and, justify things for them, or even really enable them into their bad behaviors and even hurting other people out of the niceness of like, oh, I just don't want to hurt this person, or I'm worried what they might do if they get called out. And that might be nice, but it's not kind, because sometimes when you give somebody the opportunity to really like have to look at themselves, then they could come back later and be like, oh my gosh, that was the most pivotal moment of my life and you really saved me. And I used to be a real a-hole and now I am not. And you can't be happy when you're an a-hole. So you're actually giving somebody the opportunity to be happy, because you can't be happy if you're taking advantage of other people. I refuse to believe that. That's not real happiness. Suiterbug, wisdom shows us that it's not always our place to point it out. Sometimes you have to let them learn in their own way. Yes, that's another great point. It's not up to us, right? Now, this is where we get where like the cosmic side meets the political side, and you're like, okay, well, we've got a justice system, but then it's like, who's to say like how? But we need law and order, right? We need law and order. But like, yeah, in your personal life, you can't just go out doling out justice to everybody. You can't just go out and like, be a tattletale on everyone. No one would like you. Lobsters? What? Brandy says, if I didn't look at myself when I did, I honestly don't know if I would be here. Leo, I've taken many, many people to jail, but they put themselves there. I just gave them a ride. Exactly, Leo. That's very true. That's why I have immense respect for cops, nurses, all the people that do the jobs that I could never freaking do. I could never do any of those things. Surgeon, nope. Really any job. Really any job. Immense respect. Even the ones I do, like being a mom. Because I don't know, I'm a good mom, but I could be better. Couldn't we all? And sometimes I look at other moms, I'm like, gosh, she just really nails it. Yeah, unless you're like a bank robber. If you have an honorable job, how did we get here? What are we talking about again? One of the best red pill videos that I used to wake many is Brad CD's Who Rigged the Twin Towers video. Yes, society. Sorry, that went by really fast. You are still an a-hole. Well, Andrew, welcome to the club, and let's do better together. Do not encroach on others or their property. That's number 2. What was number 1? I missed it. Do all you have agreed to do. Yeah, just be a person of your word and don't harm others. That, right? That's really it. Every city should have a Batman. But then everybody would rely on Batman. And, do you guys get where I'm going with this? Also, I don't know if you guys can hear it right now, but my computer sounds like it's about to blast off to Mars. Joker John Robert says, I'm a bartender. I can stop them from drinking. Oops, from over drinking. But they will just go and buy a drink somewhere else. Not my fault. True. You are not responsible for another person, nor is anybody responsible for you. Wasn't that there an Ayn Rand quote like that? I swear by my life and my love for it that I will never live for another person, nor will I ever expect anyone to live for me. Something like that. I like that one. Golden rule. Yeah, I mean, that's part of the reason I'm so jazzed on the United States and our Constitution is because our Constitution is literally just universal law. That's not, I mean, those people, those young men, pretty much, who started this country, they weren't just like, oh, hey, doesn't this sound like a nifty idea? They were actually pulling, that's universal law. Okay, this is how the universe works. And, you are your own independent sovereign entity, and your rights end where somebody else's begins, and all of that. And that's really, obviously people go against those universal laws, but that's what I think, we're talking about when it comes to karma. A good moral compass in flight guiding you. Know right from wrong. Be honest with yourself. In Atlas Shrugged, there's a giant subplot about free energy and direct energy weapon technology. Man, it's been a long time since I read that book. I might have to add that one to book club. That one's going to take that one might be a 2 or 3 weeker though. I'm not going to spring that one and be like, have this done in a week, guys. But that's a really good book. I did a book report on it in high school, and I remember my teacher, because we got to pick what book, and my teacher's like, are you sure? I was like, yeah. It's like, all right. I could have picked some like 57. Oh, speaking of 57-page books, we'll get into the Smokey God in a second. But I do want to get into that because tomorrow is book club. Book club. Gosh, so much wisdom right now in this chat right now. Karma is a one-word golden rule. We see the world not as it is, but as we are. I love that. Yep, The Alchemist. We'll get to that one too eventually in book club. Karma is a mirror. We live in a society of granted privileges, not freedoms. Clear Channel 5 says, bingo, they literally studied human nature and universal law. Thomas Jefferson was quoting John Locke when he wrote the Declaration of Independence. You mean from Lost? I love that show. Just kidding. Hey, Robin. Unless you impede on their free will, then you're on the hook for them. The idea is to get rid of karma. Well, hey, you can also, yes, I am going to be in Florida. I will give you guys details for that. Also, really excited about that. I leave in a couple days, which is another reason why I'm ill prepared. I got a lot on my plate right now, guys. The way you love yourself is a reflection of the way you love the world. Gosh, so good. Jefferson was young when he wrote the Declaration. They made it up as they went. Not all who wander are lost. Not all who are lost wander. I am not packed. I haven't even started Fearless. Are you kidding me? I haven't even done. Well, Leo, you should come say hi. Thank you, Mark. Thanks for putting that link in there. Come to Boston. I like Boston a lot. I've had a lot of fun there. I remember when I was young, I used to say that I wanted to move to Boston, but I had never been there before. Like, yeah, I'm gonna live in Boston when I grow up. I had never been there. I have read the Celestine Prophecy. I have it right over there. Mark, you're with Mary? Yay! Oh, you're in Vegas? What are you doing in Vegas? There's a nice song about coming to Boston. There also is a cool band called Boston. Hey, Ascension Diaries. My first concert Actually, my very first concert was the Jackson 5. I was 4. It was a Jackson 5 reunion tour. Or am I remembering that wrong? But my first like real concert was the Doobie Brothers and Foreigner. Wear that shirt in Boston. Yeah, right, bro. I'm not stupid. Michael says, use your inner guidance system. If it brings you joy and brings no harm, do it. Joel says, you seem very happy, Kate, glowing. Do I? I think I'm happy. I think I am happy. It's been a weird couple of years, and I was going through some stuff, and I was feeling just like really numb. And I was telling someone the other day, I feel like, you know, when you're numb and then you go through the stage of like where it's you're getting your feeling back and you're like pins and needles. I feel like that, but it's not a bad feeling. It's just a different feeling. Could you actually do a video about prophecies, please? That would be cool. Hi, Jamie. Welcome, welcome. Go Bills. Anne and Nancy from Hart went to your high school. Interesting. When you doing a meeting in Sedona? Sedona is calling me so much. Yeah, I think I might go to Sedona soon. I definitely think I'm going to be there in the fall, but I'll keep you guys posted on that. That'll be for like a public thing. And then, but I'll be up there more before that because I really am just like feeling called to Sedona. My energy is brighter these days. It could be my ring light, but it could also be that I'm not covering politics currently. And I've been like, I hate sometimes when people say this, but I'm going to say I've been doing the work, guys. I've been doing the work. I'm working on all of this, not just like spiritually and mentally and like meditating, but like I'm eating right. I'm working out. I told you guys I started lifting weights. I'm actually feeling kind of like, I don't know. If I start getting too bulky, you guys let me know. I won't get my feelings hurt. Trust me. But but I'm not doing it for like aesthetic reasons. I really just want to be stronger. And I don't know. Even though I don't believe I'm using my body in the astral, I really feel like I'm doing battle. I'm not kidding you guys how many dreams I've had where I always have either a spear or a bow and arrow, but they're not like weapons to harm. It's like light. It's really hard to explain. Anyway, not to sound like a complete weirdo, but I really do. Like I wake up exhausted and I've been starving even before I started weight training. I've been like just insatiable. Like I just am hungry all the time. And waking up, like I put in a full night's work. Steroids? No, never steroids. I already have to tweeze my mustache enough. You're getting tuned up to live on New Earth. I hope. Please don't leave me behind with these people. Please don't leave me here. When I don't lift, I go downhill. Lifting is life-giving. Yeah, you know, I had so many people for so long be like, you got to do it. You got to do it. And I fought it because I'm like, I don't want to be bulky and whatever. And I'm like cardio queen. I love to run. I love the runner's high, but I'm like, oh, I won't feel like I really got a workout when I get a workout when I lift weights. But then I started working out with this trainer and he kicked my freaking ass. I literally was like in my car. I had to recline my chair. I couldn't even drive. I had to recline my chair and sit there and sweat. And I was like nauseous. And finally I was like not lightheaded enough to drive. And I drove home and I got in my bed in my wet clothes and I fell asleep. And it was like that the first couple weeks that I did that. And then, so yeah, you really do get your butt kicked. It's different than the runner's high though. Cause like the runner's high, like I can zone out when I'm running and I listen to music and I'm just like, you know, you're in the zone. And when you're working out, you're like counting. I hate the counting. So and you like keep having to switch it up. I'm such a complainer. He did make sure I was drinking water. Thanks, Molly. Yeah, but that is something. I mean, I'm actually pretty good at drinking water because I only drink water. Well, water and coffee. But I used to be terrible. I don't think I had a drink. There have probably been years when I haven't had a single drink of water. That's not even an exaggeration. Like there were years I lived off of Diet Dr. Pepper and alcohol. CrossFit people are insane. Do people still do CrossFit? Protein shake after. I actually had a protein shake today. I have like sugar-free protein powder. You guys love when I get into what I eat. I'll give you my recipes. I put peanut butter in it. It was peanut butter. The stuff that I have is not only does it not have a flavor, but it's like negative flavor. It like sucks the flavor out of things. So, but anyway, strawberries, bananas, peanut butter, frozen mango, poison water. Yeah, it is poison, and it's incredible when you have. I was just talking to somebody about this today because they just had their awakening, and they're like, "God, I can't even like eat certain foods. Did that happen to you?" And I said, "Yes." And they were also saying that they can't watch TV or listen to radio. I was like, "Yes." Once you wake up, you start to see things for what they are. And we were talking about. I brought up in the 90s, there was a comedian, and it might have been Jim Brewer. I love Jim Brewer. He's hysterical. It might have been Jim Brewer, but I'm not sure. But he was talking about taking mushrooms and then he was eating margarine. He had something with margarine on it. He's like, I never really got it before until I took mushrooms and then I ate margarine and I saw through all the bullshit. It's just like, yeah, you're eating. It's not food. It's not food. Oh, and I never used to think about like I was a 90s chick. I was one of those girls in the 90s who thought living off of what were those called? Smart ones, the things that were like fat free. Like, oh, I'm gonna be so skinny because I'm eating this like chemical shaped like a cookie that kind of tastes like chocolate and like Diet Coke. Ugh. You canceled your cable this month. Good job, Victoria. I can't watch TV anymore. Yeah. Bye, Michael. Thanks for being here. Tessa, you love Cards Against Humanity. Someday we're going to get together and we're going to play that and I'm going to kick your butt. You know, the only thing I don't like about I like games. I feel like I repeat myself a lot. I'm having like reality vertigo right now. Did I already go over this? Did I just shift timelines? Did we talk about that I don't like that game because there aren't like hard rules? Maybe I've just played that game with too many people that don't have that great of a sense of humor. And I'm like, really? That's the one you picked? God, I'm out of here. I had an organic chemical. Wait, was it professor? What is this? That told us about, yeah, it must be an organic chemistry professor. You can't use abbreviations with me. That told us all about margarine. Oh man, I don't even want to know what's in margarine. Why not just eat butter? White bread is a curse. Can I tell you, I'm not a dessert person. I'm not even really a like food indulger. My watch is on upside down. I just figured this out. But my like guilty pleasure would be like, if you were like, okay, would you rather have this completely decadent dessert or would you rather have sourdough bread with butter or sourdough toast with butter? Sourdough toast with butter every time. Sourdough toast is just so good with butter. It's got to be real butter. Can't be bullshit margarine. Butter. I love cheese. Cheese is bad, guys. Yeah, I'm not much of a cheese person. I like cheese. I'm just not that cheesy. I like board games too. Trivial Pursuit is my jam. Ooh, Scottish butter. I have Irish butter. Grass-fed butter is the best. Hi, guys. Welcome. Crumpets. Now you guys are just making me hungry. Iced tea made in the sun, organic sugar, crumpets and butter. Oh, Michael's a daily CrossFitter. Potato bread. My grandma made cookies with potato chips. Has anybody ever heard of that before? You get your butter from the Amish. Yeah, avoid aspartame and artificial sweeteners. Yes, definitely. Stevia is okay. Although, there is kind of a weird aftertaste with stevia, but I did find one. It was either called Truvia or Purevia. I think it was Purevia. Because I know Truvia, I think, is more common and you can get like the big jars of it, but I think it was called Purevia and there was no aftertaste whatsoever. Hey, Barry. Welcome, dude. Tato cookies. Yes. I was like, Grandma, are you losing it? I mean, granted, she was like 98. I was like, did you just run out of things to bake? They're kind of good, kind of crispy. I like anything that's salty. So, what's a fublet? Stevia is grossvia. Aspartame causes me symptoms, MS symptoms. Oh, wow. Aspartame causes me heart palpitations. Spock was a vegetarian, guys. All Vulcans. Interesting. What's a tablet? Fudge in a tablet? Fudge fublet? Monk fruit sweetener. And Boca sweet. Paul asks, hi, Kate, have you ever done an early morning sun gazing? Yes, I actually do it a lot. I'm always up before the sun. I've done it in the morning and I've done it in the afternoon or evening as well. Morning is hard for me because I don't quite get it like super early into my yard. I would have to like go on my roof and I'm not doing that. But the afternoon is easier because I can actually get to a point where I can see it just as it's going down behind the horizon. Bye, Bam Bam. Hummingbirds like agave. That's good to know. I want a hummingbird feeder. There are these birds that are in my yard sometimes. They're not hummingbirds because they fly regularly. They're not like, they fly regularly, but they're smaller than hummingbirds. They're the cutest things I've ever seen in my life, but I have no idea what they are. Sun Postures of Power, Jason quit. I think I have that too. Jamie says, I feel like the universe is bringing me this new info lately. Maybe just now more open to it and not so scared. Still nervous a bit, though. Well, welcome to it, Jamie. And I know exactly what you're talking about. And I think probably everyone in this chat knows as well exactly what you're talking about. And yeah, once you kind of open yourself up to stuff like this, the information will just come to you, either by way of people recommending books to you or you just stumbling upon like an article or a video online. You'll have a lot of synchronicities too, like things will start to overlap. You'll have never have heard of something in your life before, and then all of a sudden you'll hear about it in the same week like 3 times. Everything is fake, Taylor says. Brooklyn is making raw vegan cashew cocoa pot de creme right now. Come over immediately. Tiny finches with bright yellow chests? No, they're not very colorful. As far as I can see, they're not very colorful. They're kind of brownish. I love birds though. How do they fly again? No, I'm not a vegan. Hey, Keystone. Welcome, welcome. Or have you been here the whole time? We should read A Call at Dawn. I shall write it down, Mallory. Oop, why do I have a million missed calls? Oh, what? Something has gone awry. I might need to look at this really fast. Hold on. Okay, hold on. First, let me write this down. Where did that go? Call at Dawn. I have so many books already I'm excited. We will have no shortage of books to read. Oh, I tried keto for a couple days. I feel like all I did was sweat meat, and I was like, I'm done. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to be rude, but I did just notice a text message that. Oh, okay. Hold on. I can deal with that later. Sorry. Hey, Kenny. The meat sweats are real. Buy local food, quit buying Monsanto poison. It's hard in the desert because, man, we don't have a lot of farms. I grew a lemon, though. Hey, Metatron, what do you call a chicken in the 1960s? I don't know. A funky chicken. Okay. I should have known. Look into the snake juice diet. It's a fasting program. Interesting. Sounds dangerous. Got to read James's book, Becoming Gods. Is the book club thing on your Telegram? That's thanks for bringing that up. So yes, book club is tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Right off the top of my head, guys. Is that unbelievable or what? So you go to my Telegram channel and we will be discussing the Smokey God, which, by the way, is only 57 pages. You could literally pick it up right now. I posted on my Telegram channel the PDF for it. So you don't even have to like buy the book. You could just go read the PDF if you want to participate. It's really good. And I'll tell you guys a little bit about it right now. And so but tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, you just go in my Telegram chat. You'll see a thing at the top that says join. It's the voice thing. And then you just hop in there. You can participate and talk with us, or you can just sit in and listen. So the book it's called The Smokey God, and it's essentially about a Nordic fisherman and his son that are, they are out on a fishing excursion north of, I forgot what that island is called, but it's like the northernmost point. And they decide like, hey, let's go check out what's further north, like even further north. And long story short, they end up stumbling upon, so basically what this is this book is written by a man who claims that he met this older man, towards the end of his life, and they became friends. And when the old man was dying, he summoned this man to him, and he's like, I need to tell you, this incredible story that happened to me. I've sat on it this long because I didn't want to be locked up and called crazy, which he had already been, by the way. When he first came back and told people this story, they locked him up and called him crazy. So then he was like, well, I guess I'll just shut my mouth about it. But before he died, he left this information with this man, and as his dying wish, asked him to put it out. So it's written from the perspective, or no, it's written by the man that listened to his story. It's written from the perspective of the guy's story, but there's a preface with the man who wrote it saying, listen, I don't know if this is true or not, but this was the story he gave me. He was very credible, but it was his dying wish that I put this out. And they talk about how they accidentally stumbled into Inner Earth and were living there for 2 years. And it's a very short book. I wish it was longer. I wish it went more into what that experience is like. I mean, they talk about stuff. I mean, I want to know every detail, right? Don't we all? So yeah, Fearless found the link. Thanks so much for that, Fearless. He found it last week. And yeah, so he was like putting it out as, I don't know if this is true or not, but this is what this guy told me, and he seems pretty credible. Oh, I'm sorry. Keystone found the link. That's right. Keystone found the link to the book. Fearless found a cool video that I posted on Agartha. What is your take on intuitive healers? Can you do a video on dreams and visions? I happen to know some people that are intuitive healers, and they have incredible gifts. I know there are also people, unfortunately, just like when you have anything cool, that take advantage and pretend to be and do and whatever things that are not, that they're not being honest about. But, so you always have to be careful. But I have witnessed some incredible things by people. People have remarkable gifts out there. Tina says, Kate, it sounds interesting. Reading puts me to sleep. Anybody have tricks to stay awake besides coffee or energy drinks? I tried B12. Interesting. How do you catch a unique bird, unique up on it? I don't know about falling asleep. As far as energy goes, I found what helped me was not caffeine. It is drinking tons and tons and tons of water and getting exercise and having a regimented schedule. If you go to sleep at the same time and wake up at the same time every day, you have your like wind down rituals, you have your morning rituals, like really get ritualistic when it comes to your day as much as possible. That really helped me get into a good state of like, when I'm awake, I'm awake. And when I'm asleep, I'm asleep. And I sleep like a baby. Oh, CBD, because I sleep better on the CBD. So I feel like I'm more awake in the awake hours. Those are just some tips that I know of, but maybe somebody else can help you. Staying away from sugar, staying away from any kind of stimulants, obviously. That might be all I have. You're reminding me to drink water. Don't eat too much at once. Yeah. Try not to have your reading time scheduled for right after you eat, because you're always going to be sleepy. I just started taking a new kind of CBD. I will let you guys know. I literally just started yesterday. So far I am a fan. So yeah, this week we have the Smokey God. Next week we have Journey of Souls. What's a slow juice, Keystone? Oh, Keystone, thank you for that video you sent me. That was really good. Keystone's helping me stay accountable on my fitness journey, guys. The CBD is giving you energy. Yeah, like I said, I feel like it makes me sleep better, so I'm more awake when I'm supposed to be awake. And yeah, I'm just not as lethargic. It doesn't make me like, it doesn't like energize me. I just feel like more normal. Stand when you read. That's an interesting suggestion. That's kind of a cool idea, Steven says. I know that's like a trick. So if you do things in front of a camera and you start to notice, like if you watch yourself back and you start to get kind of stagnant or boring or whatever, they say to actually stand up when you're recording yourself. The body never needs healing. The mind that believes it's a body is sick indeed. There's a lot of that in the Seth material about how we manifest our sicknesses because of our mind. Coconut oil and coffee is very good. Yes, that's true. Yeah, Seth material was last week, but we can always talk about it again. Yeah, Journey of Souls is really interesting. Better voice standing up. That would make sense because you've got more diaphragm. I heard we should be drinking alkaline water. Do you know anything about the waters? I drink alkaline water sometimes. I really like the taste of it. And yeah, why is this bringing me back to my dream last night? I'm just remembering my dream last night. Somehow that triggered it. Oh, so ready for summertime fresh foods. I'm ready for summertime, just period. I hope we can be around some more people in person. Classic and basic burp burp. Classic and classes and basic training were almost always right after lunch. Hard to stay awake, I'm sure. Good for decalcifying pineal gland. What is that, Fearless? Is that the alkaline water? Thinking about trying CBD. Jamie, CBD changed my life personally. And I don't know what it does for everybody else. I've heard him. I mean, the reason I tried it in the first place was because so many people were telling me it was life-changing for them. So seems to be worth a shot, right? Your stomach needs to be acidic, not alkaline. When they tell you you need more alkaline for health, it's not it's not gut alkalinity. It's the whole body overall alkalinity. That's a good point, Madlinks, because I know like for a lot of people that have indigestion, they start taking Tums and things like that will neutralize the acid. But then what you're doing is you're actually taking away your stomach's ability to break down food, which is what its job is. Like, yes, the acid is coming up, but the more that food stays in there, it's kind of gross, but it will start to rot in your stomach and make the problem worse. So the best things that you can do instead of taking those things, just depending on what your problem is, if it's just like it's kind of like a one-off, you just have some indigestion, whatever. But if you're to take regularly, or if you notice having that problem regularly, what I was told is it's better to make sure you're sitting upright for a long time after you eat. Don't eat too much, eat in smaller portions. Obviously, these things make sense for your digestion. If you have heartburn, take a teaspoon of sodium bicarbonate in water. Oh, I have another announcement. I hope everybody is okay with this, but we shall see. This will actually be my last live at this time slot. I'm going back to my original time slot, which is 6 o'clock Pacific, because here in Arizona, we don't do daylight savings. So it's a long story. I don't want to I have to be able to get my kid in bed at 7. And the reason I switched it when we went into daylight savings or out of daylight savings, I never know. I don't keep up with it. But anyway, with the last time we switched, the reason I moved to 2 hours earlier was because I didn't want to step on Nicole Frolic, her time slot. So anyway, I'm going to be going back to 6 o'clock Pacific next week. So I hope that works for you guys. 6 o'clock Pacific, which is 9, right? Yeah, 9 Eastern. Yeah, this Sunday the time changes. So yeah. Basically 2 hours later than I have been going. Hey, Tyler. 8 Central. Thanks, Alan. 9 Eastern. Okay, awesome, Tessa. Thank you so much. UK time? I can barely do the math for Eastern. I don't know. Oh, Craig Mason is live then? At this point, shoot. At this point, that's just going to end up happening. You know, we do what we can to kind of stay away from each other's thing. But if I go earlier, I'm stepping on Nicole. I guess if I go later, I'm stepping on Craig. I know I'm stepping on I felt like I was stepping on Craig now. Maybe it was somebody else I was stepping on. I don't even know. But 2 a.m. UK time. Egads. But y'all like to party, so you'll be here. Or you can always watch it later. Well, speaking of Nicole Frolic, she's just about to go live, so I don't want to overlap her. So tomorrow is book club. Meet me in the Telegram chat, the Kate Awakening Telegram chat, not the channel. There's the channel where I have my output and I put all my stuff out. And then there's the, whatchamacallit, my channel. That's where the chat will happen. And it's a voice chat. You just hop on. And like I said, you can either participate in the chat or you just stay muted. No pressure to talk and participate. You can just listen in. And this weekend is the Starseed Adventures conference in Cocoa Beach, Florida. I know I'm going to be seating a few of you there, which I'm really excited about. If anybody still wants to come, I think there's still tickets. I know, actually I don't know, but there also were just Sunday Fun Day tickets. So if you just wanted to come for Sunday, which is actually when I'm speaking, and that's when the ball is, and there's going to be a lot of fun stuff. So I think those tickets are still available. And thanks you guys for dropping those links. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And it shouldn't cut into, I should be back next week with this show because I will be home Monday. So we should be good to go on Tuesday at my new time slot, which is 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 Eastern. All right, you guys, love you very much. See you next time.